Hey everybody, I'm coming at you from the road here. I'm headed south, going toward Memphis to visit a friend of mine. I got an email from Google that said that I need to upload a new video to my YouTube channel because it's been a long time since I've done that, and I'm going to lose my YouTube partner status if I don't. So hi. Yeah, I wanted to tell you a little bit about what's been going on with me lately and what I'm doing and where I'm headed. Gosh, it's been quite a year since we found out about all of this. I've been working with this group called Feed Louisville. It's a nonprofit based in Louisville, Kentucky, that works with a network of local restaurants to box up hot meals every day, like to-go meals by the hundreds, and then we pick them up in our cars and take them around and deliver them to unhoused people around the city. And we've been doing this since last April, minimum 500 a day, every day since then, over 1,000 some days. And Feed Louisville has, so the way that this works, Feed Louisville raises money and coordinates the pickups and drop-offs. The restaurants actually cook the food. And we, through the money that we raise, pay them $2 per meal, and then just come and get the meals. So that way, they're covering their costs, they're helping feed unhoused people in the community, and they're getting some revenue for their restaurants during their slow hours in the afternoon when they're at reduced capacity and trying to keep their doors open. So it kind of works out for everybody. If you're interested in helping out with this, we really need every cent that we can get, and it's all volunteers. We're currently in the process of hiring our first person as an employee. We need somebody to help coordinate all of this because it's getting to be too big to do in volunteer time. But currently, every cent goes directly to paying for meals that are being taken to the mouths of unhoused people in Louisville the same day that you send it in. If you're interested in donating to that or getting involved, Feed Louisville is the name of it on Facebook and Instagram, and there's a website too. You can get a tax receipt. It's a 501c3 if you're interested in that. Anything you can spare would be great. I can vouch for these people. I mean, I work with them. They're wonderful, wonderful people. And another wonderful thing that they're doing, in the winter, it's been cold in Louisville, and we've been doing a lot of stuff getting unhoused people during this cold snap into hotel rooms and making sure people don't freeze to death, in addition to just not starving to death, and also doing things like passing out masks and getting people signed up for Medicaid and getting people signed up for COVID vaccines. It's a really great organization. I'm really proud of all the work that they're doing. Anyway, so that's part of what I've been working on. I've been spending a lot of time further up north too, working with some groups in some other cities. We're actually working on replicating that model that I was just talking about with a network of restaurants boxing up hot meals, which are then delivered by volunteers to unhoused people, and then the restaurants are paid for those meals. We're working on replicating that model in other cities too. If that's something that interests you, please reach out to me, and I'll talk to you about how we can make that happen in other places. But I want to talk a little bit about where I'm headed and why I'm headed there. As I said, I'm going to Memphis. I'm going to help take care of a friend, and I don't want to get too much into the details of this But she's in a bad spot. I know a lot of people watching this have been through similar things. I've been through similar things, and trigger warnings for abusive situations. And so my friend found out she's pregnant, and she wants to keep the baby. She's excited about this. The guy freaked out and blocked her on everything. Turns out he's married too, and she's in a very unhealthy place mentally, just falling apart over losing this guy so abruptly that she was in love with, that she thought she was going to be building a life with kids and moving in together. And it wasn't an unintentional, unplanned pregnancy. Like that she thought that they were having a child together, and it's just so terrible. She's beside herself, and she was helpful to me a couple of years ago. There was no pregnancy involved. It wasn't that kind of situation, but someone that I loved, who told me that she loved me, who very abruptly exited my life, and it was so painful. It was traumatizing. It was absolutely traumatizing. There's a lot more detail to that situation that I don't have time to get into in this video, but it's a story that I'm going to tell when I'm ready to tell in the detail that it deserves. And I know what my friend is going through, and she needs help, and so I'm headed there to help her. It's just a bad situation. This weekend also is of course the anniversary of Brianna Taylor's murder in Louisville, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be back in Louisville by then, but if I am, I'm going to live stream something. If not, I'll probably be out and about in Memphis live streaming if there's any kind of vigil or any kind of protest or activity going on there. It's been a rough year, everybody. We've learned a lot about humanity. I think we've seen a lot of sides of people that are just so bursting with I'm really inspired and impressed by a lot of the things that I've seen humans do in the last year. I'm also really disgusted and just, there's a lot of things that I've seen humans do in the last year that I never really thought that humans were capable of doing either, in the most callous and cruel terms that I can think of. And I don't know, it's just part of the human condition, right? It's people could do shitty things and people do good things, and there's a range of it, and you just have to kind of carve out your happiness in there somewhere, and be content with that. And there's going to be pockets of good here and there everywhere, and you have to hold on to those moments when you find them, because you don't know how long you're going to last, and you should enjoy it while you have it. Life is short. Life is fragile, and I think people spend too much time not living in the moment. It's difficult when you have anxiety about the future, or when you've made mistakes and you have regrets and depression about that behind you. But that's not what life is about. Life is about finding meaning for yourself and finding what's more important than you and dedicating your life to that. For me, that's social justice activism. That's making the world a better place for oppressed people. And I try to do that every day to the best of my ability. And doing that makes me happy, and I can't really ask for anything else. And kind of just talking now. I think I'm going to wrap this video up. We're at about 10 minutes. But I just want to say I'm really grateful to all of you for watching and for listening and to hearing me out. I know there's not really one central point of what I've been talking about the last 10 minutes, but I'm really grateful for all of you, for all of your support, for all of the nice messages that you send me, and you know, I'm grateful for the people who rip on me too about my gender identity and my presentation, because frankly it's encouraging, and I know that that sounds funny, but it tells me that I'm doing a good job. It tells me that I am absorbing your hatred instead of, you know, trans teenagers who don't necessarily have the same safety net and support tools that I do. So, you know, I am not bothered by TERFs and by anti-trans people generally like that, the people who attack me. I'd rather you attack me than somebody else. And, yep. Okay. I am going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. As always, to my Patreon supporters, thanks for making my activism work possible. You literally pay my bills every day. I couldn't do what I wouldn't have been able to get gas for this trip and pay my groceries without you. That's how I do what I do, is my Patreon supporters. Thank you. If you're watching this and you're interested in supporting my activism work, my average pledge, is about $6.40 a month. And yeah, there's 85 people or so who make that possible for me to pay my bills, and I would love for you to join them. Just go to patreon.com/Danielle Moscato. I'll link it below as well. But thank you so much for checking in, for watching my video. If you have any questions for me, or would like to know more about anything else that I talked about, or want to know anything else about what I'm up to, or how you can get involved, or if you want to reach out about how you can model a Feed Louisville setup in your city. If you have questions about my Patreon, if you have any advice for my friend, I'm all ears. Please feel free to comment below, message me, tweet at me. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook. I hope everybody's having a good week and enjoying this nicer weather. If you go out, please remember there is still a pandemic. Wear 2 masks, wash your hands often, use hand sanitizer, stay 6 feet away from other people. We're not through this yet. Essential errands only. Yeah. Okay. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you're doing great. And I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.